So for now, we are going to look at updating the RAM that's inside this Dell. This is the Dell Inspiron. This is the Inspiron 15, and it is also the 3530. So if you're looking at upgrading the RAM on your laptop, then that's the laptop that we're working on today. So the RAM and everything, all the information will be matching this laptop for the rest of the time that we work today. I don't know what other models or numbers that it works with, but I will show you a specific program that you can use that'll show you where to find the ability that the laptop has for upgrading RAM, the maximum capacity that it'll hold. And I've already gone through and figured out what memory that I need to upgrade this laptop to max capacity. So I'll go in and show you how you would find that out about any laptop. It's not just this laptop, but the program that I'm going to show you will work on any laptop. So before we go any further, just make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video. I'd appreciate it. And let's get started on this laptop. So the process we're going to work on here, I'm going to show you the program. I'm going to show you how to take it apart and install the RAM once you get the RAM that you want. And so I'm going to just get this opened up and get the programs open, and I'll show you where I went to get that stuff and how to go through it. So this is just on the laptop. All you need to do is you go through your Windows icon, and then you go to the little settings gear, and then you go to System, and then under System it actually will say About. You click on About. Mine says System About here at the top, and then under here, right here is what we're looking at. So there's the installed RAM right there, and it tells us that our total is 8 gigabytes, and this is how much is usable that's not partitioned to something else already. And so it also shows it up here a little bit higher at the top, how much installed RAM there is. And then what we're going to work on is we're going to go to a website called Crucial. This is Crucial. If you just type in any search online, it'll just say, just type in Crucial memory scanner, and the Crucial scanner will come up, and you run the scanner, and it's just a downloadable program. You find where you downloaded it. There's my Crucial scan, and so now once it runs, it's going to pop up and it's going to look like this. System details, how many compatible parts there are for RAM and the solid state drive. So in this case, I'm not doing anything with the SSD, so I just have the RAM pulled up. And I'll just show you real quick under the system details right here. This tells us it comes with a standard memory of 8 gigabytes that's removable, and the maximum memory is 32 gigabytes. And in this one, there's actually one bank of one. So a laptop that I recently did actually said two bank of one, and in this one there's only one bank. So when we pull out our 8 gigabytes, we're actually just going to be putting one card in, and this laptop is compatible. It can actually read one 32 gigabyte card. And so if I use the information up here, these are my choices for the cards that I'm going to replace. I can actually do an upgrade to just the 8 gigabyte and switch it from, I believe the standard that's in there now is a 2666, and you can upgrade this to 3200. They're all DDR4. They're all SODIMM. That's what also has to be compatible. And then this one is a 16, so if I just wanted to double from the standard 8 gigabyte I had to a 16 gigabyte, I could just upgrade the one. Or if I want a max capacity, the RAM, then what I'm going to want is this one right here, this 32 gigabyte DDR4 3200. And there's the part number on that CT32G4SFD832A. And if I go to right here on the package, this is the one that I ordered, CT32G4SFD832A. So I'm just verifying that I have the correct memory. That's the one that I went with. You can take that number and you can just type that in online, and that'll pull up other options for other sellers that are selling the RAM itself, or sometimes it might even come up with a different brand and they're just using the same information, the 32 gigabyte DDR4 3200 SODIMM, and that's pretty much all you really need to switch over and look at a different brand. But Crucial has really good stuff. They've been around a long time. I've used them for I don't know how many, at least a couple decades, I believe. I've used this Crucial memory scanner tool probably at least a dozen times, even helping up friends in college and friends after college, and ever since then, just upgrading RAM on laptops. You can do it on computers as well, but this is the program. This program will work on any laptop. And just to verify, you can actually see it pulled up, Dell Inspiron 153530. So that's what we were verifying earlier on the bottom of the laptop itself. But I don't really have anything else I need to look at here. The next thing we're going to want to do is take this apart, pull the old memory out, and pop the new memory in. So let's get started taking it apart, and we'll work from there. All right, I've got my laptop flipped over now. I've got my little Phillips head screwdriver here. So it's a real small one. We're going to need it for the screws that go all the way around the outside of the frame. There's no screws in the center here, so we don't have to take any screws out. And we don't have to take the little rubber bumpers off to access any kind of screws underneath there. What we're going to want to do is we're just going to start and walk our way around. I've not taken this laptop apart before, so I don't know if all the screws are the exact same size. But I am going to keep my eye on that, because that's not something I want to accidentally mix up. So what I do is I set the screws kind of in an orientation that represents where they were when they came out, and that makes it easier to keep up with putting them back in case the screws are different. They aren't all the time, but sometimes different companies use different lengths, and if you took all of them apart and set them all in a pile and then went back and looked and you got different lengths, you wouldn't have any way to figure out how to put it back together again correctly. Unless you recorded the whole thing, then you got to go back and watch the whole recording. So as mentioned, so I've got my 1, 2, 3 across the top. I've got my 1 down the side in the middle, and like I said, we're just going to keep walking around and pulling the screws out. Just dropped my screwdriver. Now these bottom 3 might have kind of a counter sink shaft to them that holds them into the plastic. They'll come out from the actual metal where they're mounted in, but they're not coming out of the actual plastic, and you don't have to take them all the way out. They'll just stay in the cover once we get the cover popped. But I think that's what's going on with those. So the next thing we're going to want to do is work our way around with plastic pry tool and start working this bottom cover off. I think I'll flip it over. Let's see. Okay. So this one's actually sealed across the top. So it's actually from the bottom, it looks like, that you want to get in between and pop this up. I'm just working around the outside edge, just tucking this tool in between the plastic here, and it's already coming apart real easy, so nothing special to getting this apart. Doesn't take special tools. I mean, other than the pry tool that I've got, but that's really not that big a deal. So, work our way around the front here. I can see it separating from the screw. Trying just to hold it apart so it doesn't try to go back together again. Alright, so now one of these screws is still kind of held in here. I'm just going to make sure that gets all the way out. And there's our cover off. It did keep those screws in, so they actually have these little, that little piece that's on there is actually a retainer that's holding the screw in place. There's one on each side, so those two screws are going to stay in. But now we have the cover off. One of the things we're going to do here, as you notice, I powered it off before, but one thing we want to do is unplug the battery itself. So if we walk from where the battery is at, and here it says battery right here. So this connector right here, we want to take off. I don't want any power going to this while we're working. So here is our memory right here, and we're going to just pop this out on either side. You just pull this little arm back on either side like this. And there's our old memory stick coming out. And that's the 8 GB right there. So that's the card we're taking out. And this is the card that we're going to put in. The interesting thing is, now that I have it open, obviously I can tell right away there's actually 2 card slots. So why it is that it had it set up as, showed it as only one is interesting. I'm going to put this in the same slot that we took out. So if I put this in here like this, you just put it in kind of at the same angle that it released when you pull those 2 side arms off, and then while holding it in, I'm just pushing down, and those 2 arms are now clipped in, holding the new RAM in place. We can plug our battery connector back in, just making sure we line it up and seat it all the way in on both sides. We didn't change anything else. While I'm here, I can see the fan is nice and clean, so I don't need to take it apart or clean anything out of that. Here is your slot for upgrading SSD, sorry. And so we've got our old RAM out. Don't need to keep up with that anymore. And we're just going to take the cover right back in the opposite order that we took everything apart. We're going to pop this back in and start working our way around getting this all popped back together again. It's popping together nicely. These screws here, I can start getting our screws back in, tighten the screws down that we left in on these 2 corners. So there's 1 tight, too tight. Now I'm just going to go in order. It looked like all these remaining screws are all identical. So as I mentioned before, it's something to kind of keep an eye on in case the screws are different. The last laptop I did actually had, I think, 3 different size screws, maybe even 4. But these all look the same, so I'm just putting all the screws right back where they came from. And then once this is back together, I'm just going to power this back up. Now, because we unplugged the battery on this one, and when I unplugged the battery on the last one, it does take longer for the computer to restart. It doesn't mean that there's a problem. It's just, it's called a CMOS reset. When you take the battery out, there's a lot of things that just run on a little bit of power all the time. And you just kind of restart some of those things. And we won't need any more tools, so now we've got this all snapped correctly back together. All the seams are nice and clean and tight. Now we'll work on getting this booted back up again, and we're going to just go through and double check, verify that we saw where the RAM was before, sitting at 8 GB. We're going to make sure it's sitting at 32 now. So we're back on the same screen we're at earlier. Again, you go through Windows, the settings wheel, and then go to System. So I've got System, and then at the bottom of System you go to About, so it's System About. You can see right here the installed RAM is now at 32. Shows it again where we showed it earlier. Installed RAM 32 GB, 31.7, so 0.3 gigabytes is not used. It's partitioned for other use, probably system usage. But anyway, this proves that our RAM has now been upgraded. So we went from 8 gigabytes of RAM to 32 gigabytes of RAM. So technically we're quadrupling the amount of RAM that we have in this laptop, and this thing should run at lightning speeds. This was a fast laptop from the beginning, but once you start playing apps and games and you've got programs running all the time and things like that, when the kids are doing schoolwork and things and they got 10 tablets open on Chrome, this will greatly reduce lag. And so I highly recommend doing this upgrade, and obviously this shows you what you need to do to go through this specific laptop and upgrade the RAM. And so we're done with this for now. Everything's popped back together. I don't need to run anything. It's already pulled it up and is using the RAM the way it's intended to be used. And so I'm gonna close this one down and be done for now. Before you leave the video, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the video. YouTube has drastically changed the logic recently on sharing information across YouTube. It takes a lot of feedback from people in order for the video to get any play or get any notarization. So please make sure you subscribe, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. I'm always down to hear what other people's advice is and what you've done with your laptop, if it was anything different than the way I did it. But anyways, we're done for now, so I'm gonna close this down and I'll see you on the next one.